past my girl. It's such a blessing, girl. Put up for the rest of my life. A blessing, girl. A blessing, blessing. Yeah, such a blessing, girl.
Hey you guys, so then I'm going to show you guys how I do my lace frontal wig installs from start to finish. This is the braiding pattern I use, just some straight back braids. It doesn't matter how many there is, but it just matters that the braids are flat. Now I'm going to show you guys how I do my ball cap. So I take a beige wig cap, and these are just the 99-cent wig caps that you would get from a local beauty supply store. Nothing special and nothing expensive either. And then I'm taking my scissors and I cut out their ear tabs. Now I'm taking this cream concealer palette that I have, and I'm taking a color that matches her skin tone as close as possible. And she's doing the middle part, so most likely what I'll do is I'll just put the foundation on the perimeter of her hair and then just go straight down the middle. Now I'm using my Ghost Bond glue to secure the wig cap down, and I do only one layer of this and I spread it out with a popsicle stick. Also, don't mind my apron, it looks really dirty, but it's just glue on it. It's just glue that I build up on it, but don't worry, I wash my aprons, okay? So don't even try to come for me. Anyway, so now I'm just trying to flatten it out so it turns clear. Once it's turned clear, it's time for you to start cutting off. And as it's turning clear, I take the opportunity to put some of that same concealer onto her lace. So when it comes to the ball cap, it doesn't have to be really perfect. As long as it's flat and neat, then you're fine. Because honestly, once you put the glue on top of it to secure down the wig, it's going to blend in seamlessly to your client's skin. So don't even trip if you feel like your wig cap is just a little lighter or a little darker, because once you install the wig, it's going to all come together. So you want to just get it as close to the scalp as possible without cutting your client. Now that most of the excess wig cap is cut off, I'm taking some 91% isopropyl alcohol and just cleansing her forehead with that. Now I'm placing the wig on, and by the way, I strongly believe this wig was transparent because of how light the lace was. So I have to add some more concealer to it, but it's okay, I don't mind. And I could tell it's a transparent lace because of how light the lace is too. Like, transparent laces usually come really light, so they're more suitable for dark skinned people. But I said dark skin. They're more suitable for lighter skinned people. But for me, I just feel like it doesn't matter. As long as you add some foundation, it's going to blend really, really, really nice. So definitely that's a myth, low-key. But anyways, to each its own. Now I'm taking my small scissors and I'm going to start cutting off the excess lace to kind of begin the process of gluing it down. To cut the lace, as per usual, I'm cutting in a zigzag motion and just up and down, up and down, up and down. You want to do this because it just helps the lace blend in better. I did not film me plucking this wig. If you guys would like to see a plucking tutorial, there are many videos on my channel of me plucking wigs, and I'll leave a few of them in the card up above so you guys can click on those and watch them after finished with this video, because plucking is ultimately the very first step to getting a very laid and sleek install. You have to make sure that you pluck right and you pluck enough so that your install looks as best as possible. Now it's time to begin gluing down the frontal while applying the glue to the forehead. And I use 3 layers of Ghost Bond to glue my wigs down. Sometimes I use boho, but honestly I feel like they're all the same. Not gonna cap, like my results are always the same. Even if I use Ghost Bond or Bold Hold, it still comes out the same. And when it comes to applying the glue, you want to kind of estimate where you will put the lace. And you don't want to put the glue too far up, because I hate when I place the lace down after putting the glue on and there's a whole bunch of excess glue in front of the lace, because it's really hard to come off and that just kind of messes up how the install looks. So try to estimate where the lace would exactly lay, and this will be great because even if you put a little bit of, not too much, you can always glue under the excess lace doesn't have any glue on it. Now it is time to start placing the lace on, and I'm gonna just pull it up and just put that very front section right on the very front of the glue. Pretty self-explanatory. And for this part, even if I have to take the lace up in front of the glue, I don't mind, because as I said before, it's always fine if you have to you see how that part sticking up, it's always fine if you just have to add a little more glue so that the very front could stick down, than to add too much glue and then the lace is laying behind the glue and there's a whole bunch of excess lace in front of the lace. So now I'm just taking my comb and I'm pressing it down slightly. You don't want to press it down too hard because it's gonna leave like a white residue. But I have a habit of doing this. I just like doing it, but don't be too rough with it. You can still do it, but just don't, you know, be too rough. Another thing that helps me melt the lace some more is if I take some of the hair and I part it down some more, and then I just push it into the lace after I part the hair out. And right there I was telling my client that she may have to hold the wig on the other side so that when I'm gluing down this side it doesn't lift up, because the wig was a little bit too small. Well, it wasn't too small, but it was a little bit too snug, so she had to hold the other side so that when I'm placing down the lace on the other side, the next side wouldn't lift up, because you know I am pulling it so that it can fit around to the other side, and the glue is not set yet, so she will have to hold it on the other side to make sure that it doesn't lift up. Now I'm going to begin parting out the baby hairs, and at this point you guys see the lace was a little bit too light still, even though I added some concealer on it. That's just what happens when you use a transparent lace. You have to add a good amount of makeup onto the lace so that it blends into your skin or your client's skin the best as possible. And the amount of hair you part out in the front just depends on how much baby hairs you or your client may want, so this is all based off of preference. As you guys can see, I'm now taking that very same concealer and I'm just placing that right where the lace is so that it can blend into her skin better. Now I'm taking some glossy glue spray and spraying that around the perimeter of the lace, and also with my wig dealer melting spray, and then I'm going to secure it with an elastic band. While the wig is melting down into her scalp, I'm taking my Lustrous Renew Shades wax stick and I'm putting that on the hair behind the part that I parted out to be the baby hairs, so that just before I sleek the baby hairs, then behind it will be sleek already. And then I'm going to take my hot comb and just press it down to make it flat and give it that sleek look. Wax stick and hot comb is an ultimate combo. It's really amazing. You should definitely do it. 10 out of 10 would recommend, because it just gives you that shiny, sleek look. Like, it just looks so amazing. I love this look. If I could leave my hair with just wax stick and hot comb, I would. Now I'm capping, but so yeah, I'm just going in with my hot comb and see how good that looks. I love it. It's everything for me. Now it's time to remove the wig cap, and look at the melt. Shitting me or kidding me? Anyways, now I'm just gonna slightly comb out the edges, well, not edges, but comb out the part that was melted down with the spray, because after you take it from the Got to Be Good spray, it's gonna kind of harden. And I'm just gonna comb it out just a little bit, nothing too crazy, and comb out the baby hairs as well, because it's gonna be kind of molded down. Anyways, I cut it a little bit off camera because I lost my battery and I had to find the other one, so I had to still work while I was looking for it, low-key. So I just cut it off camera. Now I'm doing the baby hairs using Got to Be Good gel, and I started off using mousse, but well, I began trying to do mousse, not with this install, but for a while I was trying to do baby hairs with mousse, and it was getting it, but it was taking too long and it wasn't coming out how exactly I wanted it to come out. So now I'm back to using my Got to Be Good gel, and I'm not gonna go back to mousse, most likely not. So after I swoop it how I would like it, I take my hot comb and I take my blow dryer and I blow dry it dry so that it can stay into place. And to do my baby hairs, as you guys can see, I'm using edge comb, and I like these combs because the bristles on it are like really small so that you can really get that fanned out look. Like, I don't like my baby hairs to look too thick. I like it to look like every hair is like laying down individually, get what I'm saying? And if the hairs are too long, I'll just take my razor and just cut it directly right then and there. And that's basically it. So I'm gonna let you guys watch me do the rest, and I'll be back to talk to you guys. I'm doing something different. Now I'm going to begin defining the part. I'm taking some concealer along with a very thin brush. It doesn't matter what brand of concealer you use, honestly. I can't remember what brand I'm even using right now. But now I'm going to just take that and run it along the part so that it just defines the part a little bit. This concealer matches her skin tone just a little bit. It may be a slight bit lighter. It's okay if the concealer is just a little bit lighter, just nothing too light and nothing too dark. But if it's okay if it doesn't match skin perfectly, because your scalp is actually lighter than your actual skin, but you just want to do something that looks right on your client. I'm also going to take a little bit of that and just put it on the front of the lace. Now I'm taking some mascara to straighten out the part a little bit, but the mascara wasn't doing it for me. So now I'm going to just take my black spray. I'll leave the link to this in the description box down below, and I'm having her cover the front of it because this does stain the lace. And to spray it, I did put my comb so that I can get a straight part. And in the back, what I'm doing right now is I'm just cutting off the lace in the back. People ask me about this all the time, and you just cut it off straight. It doesn't have to do it, and nothing too special or nothing, you know, extravagant. Just cut it straight. Now I'm just wetting her hair, and honestly, I don't know where this wig is from. I wish I knew where it was from to tell you guys, but you guys gotta understand, I don't look at where my clients get their wigs from. They just bring me the bag. I take the wig out of the bag, and I just do what I have to do to the wig. So I don't really pay attention to where the client got their wig from. So honestly, I do not know at all. But I'm just going ahead and combing the hair out and wetting it so that it just gets curly, I guess, because it was kind of puffy. So I'm curling it so that it gets curly. Once again, I'm going in with my Lustrous Renutrients wax stick and some Gotham glue spray, and then I'm going to just hot comb it out, and that's a really good tip to get a flat install. That combination is amazing. It really gives you a flat install. So you guys, this is the finished product. Hope you guys like this install and you guys take something vital from this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Period. Also follow me on Instagram at Russhana.love.